had a lovely weekend. We are going to be putting together some croissants. This is what is this called? Buttery pastry dough that I made up when I was doing the manna buns. And they said the other half is used to make croissants. Croissants it is. So I had to, no, it's going to be bigger. Google how to fold a croissant because the instructions are hard for me to understand. That's my sweet potato. Ouch. Butter. It's hot. That had to cook for an hour, so we did that one already. Cooked our sweet potato for our sweet potato bread. I left it in the thing. We're going to do the croissants first because the dough's already made. How big is this? 20 by 10. I'm going to say probably as big as... I had to sit there and read how to fold that croissant so many times, and finally I just Googled it and watched a video. Let's do a measure. Like having one of these in the kitchen. Still a bit short. So it's wide enough or long enough, just not. That could have been catastrophic. Then we got to cut it in half. And we're depending on me to make a straight line. So I curved a little bit. And then we got to make little triangles. We'll do the first lot first, and then I'll worry about the second. Well, I gotta tell you, thank God they didn't depend on me to build the pyramids. Because we're looking a bit rough. We'll start with that. It says start at the wider end. Even though I watched the video, I still gotta read it. Looks like a baby croissant. Hopefully the other ones look better. I wonder if the fact that my triangles aren't, well, they are pretty little. Just curve each end into a crescent shape. Well, I think they look adorable, so it doesn't matter. They're so cute. And all different sizes. So we bake it at, it says 400 because we're using the air fryer, it automatically goes to 180. So I'm gonna say we'll do the first batch on 160 just to see, because we'll have to run it through the proofer anyway. So let me see. This is what it looks like before. I'm just gonna pop these in proofer first and see how they go. So we've got to brush it with the beaten egg before we cook it anyway, so let me just get it out so I don't. Let's see if we can get these ones a bit more triangular. You all right there? Well, these ones are turning out very good shape-wise. Comes Magdalene. What does she want? This is what our croissant looks like. Should be pretty good. It says these flaky, buttery crescents all but melt in your mouth. Hey, nope, don't mess with that. They are showy rolls for breakfast, tea, or special occasions, and are sure to impress the grumpiest of orc. Make sure to summon extra for your hungry, prepared adventures. Magdalene, get out of there. She's gonna give herself a snack. Okay, what do we put these on? Just set them on. That looks even cuter. Isn't that adorable? I was kindly asked if there was going to be chocolate involved in them. So a couple I will stuff some chocolate in. These are so cute. They can't be very big. I assume that's how it's done. Magdalene. Oh, he's being a brat. Okay, let's see here. Wonder how I'm supposed to remember that one has chocolate. Well, these were relatively easy considering I already had the dough. That one's tacky. Like a baby one. Okay. Not for you. Don't even think about it. Not. They look pretty cute. to cover these babies up. Put them on top of the air fryer where it's warm. What do we gotta cook those on when we actually cook them? I said 160. That's right. Sweet potato bread. It's gonna come out just like that, kind of. Moist, dense, and richly flavored with an array of spices. This popular Northern bread would be tasty on its own, but topped with caramel and crunchy nuts is absolutely decadent. See that? It looks good. Those are still a bit warm. Let's make them apart, actually. And dig out the stuff. Thanks, Kater. Oh, look at that. The peeling just like... Well, that's handy, isn't it? Don't even really gotta mess with it. Just peels right off. See, and I was wondering about that little burnt bit, but I thought it would just make more flavoring. But it came right off, and this baby is hot. My finger is hot. Dang. That one. It says you need 1 pound of sweet potato. I weighed it right before this, so we've got 1 pound. Actually, we got a little bit over 1 pound, but considering the amount I'm peeling off, we'll count that as over. Take off that little bit there. I didn't realize you can cook sweet potatoes like this and they just fall right out. Well, almost. Ouch, 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 ouch. Hey. There we go. You wash my nuts. Somehow I got it under my nails. I'm willing to cut those. we gotta do? We have baked our sweet potato. And we have, it is cooling now, but it's still smoking. Steaming. Is it gonna want me to? Okay. I was afraid it was gonna require a food processor. I was thinking that's not gonna go in there and do what it's supposed to. I'm just gonna use fork. I gotta tell you, I really like sweet potato. See it? It's still steaming. Can you hear that dog next door? What do we gotta do here? It says we put the sweet potatoes in a medium bowl. We've discarded the skins. Add the milk and roughly mash until there's no large pieces left. How much milk? Not very much. Maybe I should use, do you think I could use goat's milk? I have a container of goat's milk left over that I just cannot get rid of. 1/4 cup, 1/4. Mash it is. How big those are supposed to get. I made them pretty small. I can't imagine them getting any much bigger than. Huh? Not with that buttery pastry. Who knows? Never know. They've risen a little bit, but not enough to say, hey, that's a croissant. Unless it's like a bunch of little baby ones, because they were really small when I rolled them out. Maybe I'll cook this batch as an experiment and then see how the next one goes. Hello. Fancy meeting you. Let's actually go with. We'll start it at 10 and go from there because yeah, it's safe that way. Okay, we did the milk. No large pieces. Add sugar, eggs, oil, vanilla. Okay, let's start with the first one. Sugar. Where's the sugar? 1 cup of dark brown sugar. Just thought something. And that's why I left the egg on the counter, so that way I would see it and I'd realize I had to do something with it. They sure do look nice. Almost forgot to do that. Okay, well the sweet potatoes are sweet enough. And the brown sugar. And see why it would be sweet. What was it? Sugar, eggs. How many eggs? 2. I have to go dig for another one. That one's really cracked. That one looks bigger. Eggs, oil, vanilla. How much oil? They're not messing around with that one. Half a cup of oil. That seems like a lot. Vanilla. 1 teaspoon. Vanilla and spices. Holiday spices. That is our famous holiday spices. Oh, it smells good. Okay, so we combine that and then we add the dry ingredients. I'm gonna have to because I added so much oil with that. Just get a Okay, we'll do salt, baking powder, baking soda, and flour. Half teaspoon of salt. Half a teaspoon of salt. Half a teaspoon of baking soda. Baking powder. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So we'll just do 2 of these. One and a half cups of flour into half cups. All right. Make sure that was 1 cup. Hopefully that'll soak up some of that oil. Huh? Those are just the cutest damn things I have ever seen. They are very cute. Okay, now we gotta mix this baby up. Scraping the sides instead. It smells good, but that's probably from all those holiday spices. Kind of has the consistency of pumpkin bread. I'm gonna assume it just be about the same. Trying so hard not to get that everywhere like that. Okay. Now we are going to make little mini sweet potato bread things. I have this cute little thing that I could probably use. But I think it'll turn out to be a big pain in the butt. Let me just move this stuff out So cute. Look at that nice little croissant. It's hot. Let's try to get some of this in here without making really bad mess. Make sure they're all the same height. They're all gonna come out wonky anyway, they always do. It doesn't rise. It won't rise to good things. We'll do a test run because I can mold this into a ball. Let's start with big. Yep, I'm gonna actually go up. Test run that one. Got these pretty little muffin things. Okay, what about the topping? Oh, I need to do a lot of stuff with that. I wonder if I've got. I was looking for a small loaf pan. I do not have one. Smells like pumpkin pie. For some reason. You know, when you make pumpkin pie from scratch, it's exactly what this smells like. I'm gonna have to share. Oops. Well, let's share between friends because we can't have them all come out different sizes. Because that would look stupid. There we go. All those will come out just exactly the same size. To do my toppings for bread. This lovely caramel with nuts. That's a nice spatula. Okay. Hold on, I just got to get out the burner. For some reason I forgot it. Let's read the instructions on how to make the topping because it looks good, but my caramel never turned out like that, so. Okay, whisk together butter, brown sugar, heavy cream, and salt. When we reduce heat, simmer for 5 minutes, whisking frequently. Whisk in the vanilla. Stir. Wait, remove from heat and stir in the butter. Didn't it say to already have the butter in there? Remove from heat, stir in the butter. Allow to cool so topping doesn't run off the bread. I'm gonna assume I do 1 tablespoon of butter first and then 1 tablespoon of butter at the end because it says to whisk together the butter, brown sugar, and all that stuff, and then it says put in butter. So let me just check these things because I'm gonna go with no. Okay, 1/2 cup brown sugar, heavy cream, salt. Those are soft. Look at my little croissants. They could not be cuter, I would say. Okay, 2 tablespoons. How much is 2 tablespoons? Are you gonna, so I can weigh it? Something tickled my nose. I can never slice anything thin. And then I'm trying to do a thick one and I get a thin piece of butter. Was it
14 grams.
14? Okay. That's we got it then. So we'll put almost all of the butter in except for a little bit. Just because that's what the instructions say. Half a cup brown sugar. We're doing 2 quarter cups because the quarter cup thing fits in this hole. It calls for half a cup of brown sugar. Fourth a cup of heavy cream. Teaspoon. On my pan, so I'm gonna wing this one. And do 2 small pinches. I just don't know where my thing is. Dash of vanilla. Dash of vanilla. Dash. Whisk. I don't have my thing. first, shall we? There's a couple walnuts. I think I'm getting pretty good at my measurements, as far as I know. These are for the lovely decoration on the top. It's not warm yet. It's not melting yet. Two. I'll turn it up in a bit. The testers. Nicely. Butter is not melted. Hold on. Damn, I hurt my arm again. Okay. What do we do? Doesn't make any sense to me, but it's the butter thing again. It's just not going in my head. It's not going in the information isn't grasping. No matter how many times I read it, I just don't get it. I'm just gonna do what I think. Since we gotta bring this baby up to a then we have to let it cool. Everything I added to this was brown. So no matter what happens, it's gonna turn out the right color. Afraid if I turn it up too high, it'll burn. Well, the little sweet potato breads came out all different shapes. That's okay because the croissants came out all different shapes. The problem is when I just added the new croissants to the cook, I didn't pay attention to which ones had chocolate in them. So that's going to be a fun surprise. Well, how can it simmer if it's not even... Oh, there she goes. We've got bubbles. I'm pretty sure that's what's supposed to happen. It's supposed to simmer. Well, it's got cream in it, so it really can't burn too bad. I think we're still cooking. It just smells like brown sugar right now. It does say whisk frequently, so I wasn't doing that wrong. A bit lost because it looks like two different things here. I gotcha. I did make that caramel for that Java drink. That turned out really good. Don't have high hopes for this one. Okay, so we turn it down. It's like the smallest croissant in the world. It's a very small croissant.
Terrible, they.
Yeah, I'm trying to simmer it, but just wait for it to go together because it looks like two different things right now. I did the baby ones first to test and see if they were gonna cook all right. They came out all different shapes and sizes. Okay, so we have simmered that. It has been 5 minutes. Oh, I added the vanilla too soon. Allow it to cool for several moments. Why? So that way it doesn't run off the bread. Then that's gonna be fun. It's gonna go right over the top of those, but I think I better cut up my walnuts a bit. Because the thought of them on that little, they'll fit on the bigger ones behind me, but those ones aren't. Oh, I almost better check my. I'm always so pleased when I see those things. They're just so cute and little. There. Now it's smaller, so it won't. It does smell good, Cass. It smells like holiday, actually. Look at my little baby croissants. They could not be cuter. Just hoping I did my caramel correctly. We're waiting for it to cool so it's not so runny. Put it on something else, maybe it'll cool faster. Clean up my stuff while we finally wait. For miracles to happen. I will tell you what's in the holiday spices though, because we use that in a lot of stuff. Page 19. Holiday spices is a tablespoon of ground ginger, tablespoon of ground cinnamon, tablespoon of ground nutmeg, half a tablespoon of ground cloves, and a 1/4 tablespoon of pepper. So that's why it smells like Christmas. Still very runny. It's still very warm. Hope it turns out properly. I almost had an egg mess. a separate plate because, if we remember correctly, I added a bit of chocolate in some of these ones. And until we figure out which ones those are, all my first ones turned out way better. So we'll hide these ones and pretend like they don't exist. Oh, that one came out almost perfect looking. But they are a bit darker. Yeah, I like the first ones better. We just pop in our last muffin. We'll do bake. Hold on. Hello. I think I did 175. I'm gonna start with 20 minutes because that's like the biggest. Ooh, it's like a guess. What if I'm supposed to do that? Let's do this one in case it slides off. Did. Let's just give it a stir so maybe it will cool down faster. Tasted pretty good. It looks nice. Okay, let me see here. Maggie's asleep. On it and then it doesn't run. New magic. That one just like rose up. Just set it aside. Put the lid on that. What? So today we made our Conjured croissants. Everything's all sticky now that I messed with the caramel. So we did our Conjured croissants and they turned out quite lovely. Nice and cute. Break it up. Oh, and it is breaking open nicely. Look at that. I couldn't have did it better myself. Mine tastes better than the store-bought ones. I got two. For the sweet potato bread, I didn't have a loaf pan, so I did little muffins, sweet potato muffins. But they look good from scratch. They look exactly like it does in the book. So, that's it. Thanks for joining us. See you tomorrow.